welcome back to another video. If you're already subscribed, welcome back, my darling. But if you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe and join a part of the family and community that we have growing here on YouTube. While you're down there subscribing, also turn your post notifications on for all notifications to become a part of the Morgan Shay Notify Gang. So today is the third and final part of the addiction series that I've done. After Dancing with the Devil, I really wanted to go into a little bit more depth and be a little bit more raw and real. A lot of the things during this 3-part series I've never said out loud other than to Chris. So a lot of things are going to be new for everyone, including you guys. So I want you guys to know that you all are going to know the full raw transparency. If you have not watched part 1 or 2, they will be linked up in the cards. A warning, just as part 1 and part 2, we are going to be talking about drug addiction, drug abuse, drug detox, drug withdrawals, my recovery journey, and what has worked for me. Please know that just because this journey has worked for me does not mean that it is your journey. Your journey is your own. Down below, there will be different options. I will have the drug addiction hotline and along with a couple of links if you're trying to look for resources or you are trying to talk to a professional. If anything that I mentioned previously is hurtful, harmful, triggering for you in any way, please do click out of today's video. If you would like to still watch a Morgan Shay video, there will be other options, as always, linked up in the cards. Your discretion is advised. Picking up where we left off, going to my mom's and detoxing. I'll let you guys know that it was a full 2 months before I really started to feel normal. But my detox was really hard. And so I started to consider different options. And I, of course, knew people who had gotten sober. And I started to communicate with some of these people to see what worked for them. And that is something that you should, you can obviously listen to other people's, journey, but know that that might not work for you. I know people who practice a moderation therapy. I knew that was not going to work for me. Never had a problem with alcohol in any way. My issue was with drugs, pills, and with heroin. I'd also tried meth a few times, and I knew that moderation therapy was not going to be for me. Suboxone and Methadone. Those were 2 other things that I had researched during this time. And I, in my mind, knew what methadone had done to a lot of people in my personal life and also people that I just knew of who had done methadone, and I was very scared of methadone. So I opted to not even try it. So I tried Suboxone at first. Now, my personal journey with Suboxone, and again, this is my personal journey, my personal thoughts, and what worked for me. I made it very clear to my counselor that I did not want to be on this for long, and I wanted to wean myself off of it starting as soon as possible. I started Suboxone about a month after I started detox. The plan was for me to be on Suboxone for a year. However, it wasn't helping my withdrawals. I called my doctor a couple of days after I started, and he said, give it the full 2 weeks. In the beginning, I would have to go every single day to that doctor. It was a lot. It was very stressful. I was still going through major withdrawals, and it was just a lot for me. And so I just didn't go. I just quit going because it wasn't doing anything for me. I felt just as sick. So I knew that wasn't the journey for me. Very soon after that, I had started going to this program, Celebrate Recovery, and it's here in my area. And from what I understand, they're all over the place. But I started going to Celebrate Recovery, and in there, I met someone, and he told me, hey, you should start coming to this meeting that we do. And I was like, oh, I just don't do good in rehab settings. And he said it's not like that. He said it's very much just everybody sharing their own stories, and it's meditation and just teaching you different outlets to help with your recovery. The thing for me, right, when I got off drugs is I was trying to find something to replace that. I was trying to find something to replace that hole, because for me, when I really started to talk about it and look at the bigger picture, I started doing drugs to fill a void. My drug addiction really started when I lost my nanny. And it's important for you guys to understand our relationship. So about a year before my nanny had passed away, I had started to experiment with pain medicine. I had been prescribed it at first, and then after I wasn't prescribed it anymore, I continued to do it, but it was very light. It was maybe a once a week type of thing. And after she passed away, it spiraled out of control. After starting to really, through therapy and really talking to people, it was unbiased. It was an unbiased opinion that I really needed. And therapy really, really helped, talking to someone. And of course, I had friends and family that I could talk to. And eventually I did have Chris. We got together not long after I got sober. This was different. Therapy was different. And it really, really helped me. And that is how I come to terms with the abrupt loss of my nanny and the way things went down after she died, which I am going to tell that story. And I do realize that some people in my family, on that side of my family, is going to watch that video, and I hope they do. That went down really wrong. There were certain things that were supposed to be done, and they didn't happen. So for me and my journey, I feel that meditation is something that has helped me immensely. Now, for me, I don't sit in the floor with my legs crossed and my hands up. I don't do that. Meditation can mean a lot of different things, and it could even be you driving in the car and just kind of clearing out your thoughts and just zenning for a minute. It can be a lot of different things. And my favorite place to meditate, believe it or not, is in the shower. That is where I do my best meditations, is in the shower. For the first few years, I did go to a group once a week, and then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, it became Zoom meetings. So I do partake in Zoom meetings, and now they're once a month. I do still have people that I can call, sober companions, if you will, that I can call anytime that I might need them. I just came to realize in the rehab setting, most of those people, if not all, have never been addicted to drugs. And they're giving you like book recommendations, and they have no idea what they're even, like, they've never even experienced this shit. And for me, I'm such like a stubborn, like, know-it-all bitch that I need you to have been through what I've been through. I cannot have you, you went to Yale and you know all of these different case studies, but you've never snorted a line of coke. Like, it can't be that. I just can't take advice from you in that way. And I know that's kind of hee-haw funny, but like, seriously, like, I need you to have been through this struggle. I need you to know what I'm talking about, Susan. I cannot have you, going and having margaritas with your friends in freaking Cancun and all of a sudden you're an alcoholic. No, I need you to have been through the woods. This is my journey. And again, like I said previously, I practice full sobriety. I do drink from time to time, but again, I've never like binge drank. I've never drank because I didn't have drugs. If I didn't have my drug, then I just went sick. I practice full sobriety with meditation and through therapy. And that is what's worked for me. And then I also communicate with my sober friends. Anytime that I'm feeling low or depressed, I have friends such as my friend Jessica, my best friend Ashley. Haley is a sober companion of mine that I love so dearly, and I think that that's super important. Again, everybody has their own journey, and I have now made it here to where I am today through this and my journey. Again, please do not... The one thing that worried me with Dancing with the Devil was Demi's recovery journey. It worries me that there might be people out there who, because of course, when you are still in active addiction and you're thinking of getting sober, moderation, sobriety sounds like the way to go. I can just imagine still being in heroin and hearing a celebrity say, this is the journey that works for me, and thinking, oh, well, shit, okay, I can do heroin once a week. I can smoke, and I know that she's not doing any hard drugs. She's drinking in moderation and smoking marijuana in moderation. But still, it gives off that illusion, moderation, like that you could do everything in moderation. I just want to put that out there that please, 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 really think about yourself. Could you just drink one beer and be done? Or would you have to drink a whole 24 pack and take 16 shots? Like, really think about you, what works for you, what sounds like is going to work for you. If speaking in a group setting doesn't work for you, then group therapy isn't what works for you. If you don't think that you can zen out and do meditation, then that's not what works for you. Always think about yourself. A rehab setting did not work for me. Do just keep all that in mind, guys. Do what works best for you. Research it. Just Google it. Google research recovery. Speak to a professional. Don't take my advice. Don't take Demi Lovato's advice. Don't talk to a professional. Know that your recovery is possible. If I can do it, you can do it. It is possible. It is possible to stop now. It's possible to stop today. It's possible to get help. It's possible to own a car. It's possible to own a house. It's possible to work a job for 5 years. It's possible to meet the love of your life. It's possible to have this most adorable puppy in the whole wide world. It's possible to start a YouTube channel and grow it. It's possible. It is all fucking possible. It's possible to have a cell phone and not think about texting a drug dealer. It is all fucking possible. It takes a lot of hard work. It takes determination. And most and fucking importantly, it takes the drive and the want to. If you want it, you can fucking do it. I promise you. I've had so many of you guys reach out to me via email since the part 1 series of this. Actually, I think the first couple of you reached out to me after my Dancing with the Devil video. I love you all. You can fucking do this. You all are an inspiration to me. I know that you can do it. I know that you can. And there's one of you in particular that I'm speaking to eye to eye right now. I know you know who you are. You've got the want to. You've got the drive. You've got the support group. Do it. I'm sending all of you my love, my support, and all of the good energy that I have in my body. And I have all the faith in the world in you. And if you need someone sober to talk to that's not a professional, just someone to be a listening ear, there's an email down below, questionsforshay@gmail.com. It is me who speaks to you, I promise. You can email me there and I would be happy to speak to you on a more personal note. I hope you guys did enjoy this 3-part series. Do know that there are some separate little tiny story times that I'm going to tell that were pulled out of this because they deserve their own story time. I am going to take a break from talking about this for a little bit. You guys know how it is. I just need to take a little bit of a break. But I love you all so much. Thank you all for following me along this journey. Be sure that you do subscribe before you leave and turn your notifications on for all notifications. If you would like to keep up with me on a more personal level, all of my social medias that I'm active on is linked down below, and I would love for you to follow me there. On Facebook, it is a friends request. It's my actual Facebook. So I will accept your friends request, and I will send you one back as well on Instagram. I'll follow you back, all of the things. And until the very next time. Bye, guys.